enjoying the school. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Minnie.
It's day 2 of our 2-day article on green living. It's called The Growing Problem of E-Waste.
那我们今天4月26在51页，我们要接续昨天新时代的危机电子垃圾继续来讲解咯。
So we talked about a little bit of the origins of this e-waste. We talked about trash versus litter versus garbage, rubbish, junk, 怎么样? We want to say think twice before throwing your electronic devices away because they're toxic, they're poisonous, and they're not good for our earth, air, and soil, our environment. Let's hear our story, and when we come back, we're going to have paragraph 1.
The growing problem of e-waste. With more people using smartphones and computers every year, the problem of e-waste cannot be ignored. To increase the recycling rate of e-waste items, cities should consider adding special collection boxes at grocery stores or government offices. There should also be delivery or pickup services for e-waste items. That way, these items can be sent directly to people who are able to properly take them apart and recover their useful components. Despite current difficulties, e-waste has great recycling potential. In addition to the items thrown away, lots of people keep old devices that aren't used anymore. As a whole, they add up to a lot of metals and minerals that can and should be recycled. If these components are recycled to make new products, there would be less of a need to dig for more around the world. There is a lot to be done before e-waste recycling becomes convenient and profitable. However, as consumers, we should try to use our electronic devices for as long as possible. If you must replace your phone or computer, try returning the device to the manufacturer or dropping it off at an e-waste processing facility if there is one nearby.
All right, friends, let's look at our first paragraph here. With more people using smartphones and computers every year, the problem of e-waste cannot be ignored.
那随着每年越来越多人使用智慧手机和电脑，电子垃圾的问题不容忽视。
Also, the way computers and cell phones are designed is worse and worse for the environment too.
没错，老师刚刚讲的意思是说，就是我们现在的手机保固1年，它就真的刚好1年就给你坏掉。
That's right. And you can't repair it yourself easily anymore. If you open it and try to replace that battery, forget it. You can't take that battery out.
Exactly.
Years ago, you could replace your battery very easily, and then you can recycle that safely when you buy a new battery. But companies don't want you to replace the battery and use that phone.
Yes.
They want you to buy a whole new phone.
How many used phones are there in your drawer?
I am a thrifty person.我很小气，我很
没有啦，是节俭，好不好？不要小气，节俭。
So I will use my stuff until it is dead. And I probably have 3 phones in my house. I keep them for security purposes. I don't have anything weird on them, but I just personally, I think it's not a good idea just to throw your information away.
Do we also call that kind of e-waste?
Yes, it is. It's do we talk about it in this article? I don't remember.
No.
But what's it called?
电子垃圾啊，就是你云端的一些照片啊，或者是一些资料啊，这些东西其实也是你的电子垃圾。
Yeah, it really is. It's just in your house.
所以老师说，他有3只手机放在抽屉里面，他可以丢掉，但他不想丢掉，原因就是因为里面有一些照片。
Yeah, 不是这样。Really, my one phone broke because
猫的屁股啊之类的。
Yeah, 这样子。I took I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. This is a really stupid idea. I took my cell phone on a very small water slide. I thought I could hold it. And when I hit the bottom, I fell backwards and the phone went in the water. But it was a really old phone.
So smart.
Yeah, really smart. That's why I use my smartphone on the water slide.
Duh.
The funny thing is that video survived. The rest of the phone was dead.
Oh my God.
I have a video of me on the water. It's like, like a record of my stupidity.
You should just, buy a GoPro or something. Waterproof.
don't worry, I'll use my smartphone. It's
不会
okay.
啦，
I'll
他不
hold
会
it up.
Yeah， 好他不会再犯第二次错了。
So anyways, this is it's bad if you keep them in your house. It's like, well, they're not in the landfill. They're not in the dump. They're not in the garbage. Is that bad? Well, yeah, because that can still burn those batteries and phones can have problems. And now it's in your house. How do you clean that, right? You're going to wipe it up and throw it in the toilet or in the garbage. And then now it's really in the land.
Yes， 所以这些都是问题啊，真的。
Let's go to our next sentence. To increase the recycling rate of e-waste items, cities should think about adding special collection boxes at grocery stores or government offices.
所以我们看这个句子，它是 to 开头，它其实是 in order to， 就是为了。但我们 in order 可以省略，直接讲 to 就好。所以为了要 increase 增加提高电子垃圾的回收率，城市应该考虑在杂货店啊，或者是政府的办公室增设一些部门的收集箱，其实现在有哦。
Oh, dude. Grocery stores is such a tricky word, okay? So 杂货店, we know grocery store, it has to always be singular. But 你在杂货店买什么？买杂货, right? How do you say 杂货 in English? Groceries. Always want plural. English is so easy. Wow. So 这个一定要单数。然后你在那边买的东西，它一定要复数啦, right? Oh, it's so easy. Grocery store, 去外再加 IES, groceries. So easy.
So easy.
Also, I think 7-Eleven would be a really good spot. Like if they had
They
a box
have
outside.
it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Where?
就是在收银台旁边就有一个电池啊，或
Oh,
电子
you get
用
like
品回收
茶叶蛋,
箱。
right? Oh, I was
不
thinking
是
like
茶
cell
叶
phone.
蛋。
You get like the 茶叶蛋, you put a bunch of batteries in there?
你掉的是这一只手机还是这一只手机？你很诚实，两只都给你，都不能用。
Here we go. Yay! All right, yeah. So, okay, there we go. They should do this, and they do this. I wonder if they do it in the United States. Maybe. Let's find out. In our next sentence, there should also be delivery or pickup services for e-waste items. Ooh, we're getting on our soapbox here, aren't we? I like this.
这个是有点多了哦。他说，另外呢，应该提供电子垃圾的送货跟取件的服务。
Maybe some big things. It's like, hey, can you come pick up my one cell phone? Like that doesn't work, right? But what if you have something really big, I suppose? Maybe some companies need this, right? And then they could pay for it, maybe, right? Yeah.
或者是大家都跟大同电锅一样都不会坏，棒。
Isn't there a delivery service? If you want to send something across the city? What is it called?
La Move.
La Move. There we go. La Move. I have this barrel of nuclear waste. Can you move this to me?
The government will come and rescue you. No, I mean arrest you.
Arrest you. Well, it's a La Move's problem now, right?
Yes.
La Move. Let's continue. That way, these items can be sent directly to people who are able to properly take them apart and recover their useful components.
那 way 呢有道路的意思，有方法的意思。That way 这边其实指的就是如此一来哦，也是写文章的时候转折很好用的字。如此一来，这些物品就可以直接送给会正确拆解并且回收仍可以使用的零件的这些人了。
Now, this word component, it just means things.
组
But man, what a nice word it is. Component means the little things inside a bigger thing that let the bigger thing work. So when you open a watch and you see all the little wheels together, those are the components.
我以前觉得 component 这个字是一种点心，可是 it looks so delicate.
I suppose. Yeah. When you open your computer, there are lots of little,
Yeah,
sure,
so component.
Yeah, I understand
零组件。
it. Yeah. So those little things help the big thing work. There are your components.
好感动。
All right. With that, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, Minnie's going to tell me how many cell phones she has in her house. Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. It's the growing problem of e-waste, and it's time to interrogate Minnie. Minnie, how many cell phones do you have in your house?
Approximately 5.
Approximately 5. Okay. Do you think that's a lot? Is that...
I think it's way too many.
Why do you keep your old cell phones?
Because I don't know where I should put it. And I mean, I still have like some photos. And you know, girls are very bad at like backing up your photos and stuff, you know?
Yeah. My wife handed me her phone. She's like, she wouldn't do it. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. Like I had to do it. And because my wife took a lot of like really important pictures of our cats when they were young. It's the only way that we have those pictures. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it. And I backed it all up. And I said, the only thing you have to do now is check in once a month. She didn't do it. Okay, let's continue to our second paragraph. Despite current difficulties, e-waste has great recycling potential.
那尽管 despite 目前有些困难哦，但是电子垃圾呢有很大的回收潜力
Potential, yeah. How far can you grow, right? Can you live up to your potential?
Yeah.
In addition to the items thrown away, lots of people keep old devices that aren't used anymore. Oh, that's right. We do talk about this. This is what we have been talking about.
对，所以除了扔掉的物品以外呢，很多人还保留着不再使用的旧装置。
As a whole, they add up to a lot of metals and minerals that can and should be recycled.
那整体而言呢，也是一个很好的转成词哦。它们累积起来是大量而且应该被回收的金属跟矿物质。I still have my MP3.
You really? Which MP3 did you have? Did you have
Thank you.
Oh, really? You didn't have like the little iPad square one?
I also have that.
What is it? The one, that little thing called iPod Mini?
iPod Mini.
Yeah,
and I also have iPod.
iPod? Yeah, I had an iPod. It didn't last long. It broke really easily on me. That was disappointing.
Do you still have the one with lens or without lens?
I had the one with lens. I didn't get the earliest ones.
I have the one without lens.
Really? That's old school.
I know.
That's old school.
I know.
Also, what other phones did you have? You had a
Nokia.
You had a Nokia and a do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yes, and I also have Sony Ericsson.
A Sony Ericsson. That was a popular phone. I remember remember thinking the name was stupid, but that was a good phone. Yeah.
And the music quality. Oh, wow.
But now it's all iPhone, right?
Yes.
iPhone. Okay. Yeah, well, iPhones, they just do work.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue here. If these components are recycled to make new products, there would be less of a need to dig for more around the world.
如果这些零件回收后被用来制造新的产品，就不需要在世界各地挖取更多了。
Now, remember what we said, little components are just the little parts that makes
零件
something else that makes something bigger work, just
Yes.
like in your watch or in your computer. With that, let's take a quick break and we have our final paragraph. Let's begin with our final paragraph. There is a lot to be done before e-waste recycling becomes convenient and profitable.
所以呢，在回收电子垃圾变得方便而且有利可图 ，profitable 就是有利可图之前呢，还有很多的事项需达成哦。
I am a pretty idealistic person. This means
理想主义。
That's right. I really just want to do the right thing because it's the right thing.
Do the right thing.
But I really do understand as I've gotten older that most people aren't like me. And that was hard for me to understand, but now I really do understand it. If you want people to do something, a lot of times they need a profit. They need some kind of motivation. And the way to solve these problems is to find a profit.
所以 profit 在这边其实可以是当利润或者是好处，我们都可以说是 profit。那我们在这一课呢是 profitable，able 结尾，所以是形容词结尾。
That's right. All right, let's continue. However, as customers, we should try to use our electronic devices for as long as possible.
那 however 然而，我们身为消费者，那我们应该尽可能的去长期使用我们的电子装置，但是现在很多人不是啊，现在都
that's right.
新的出来了，我排队去买。
Oh, dude, that is not me. There are a few things I do that, but
Like what?
not so. Maybe the new video game console or something. That's something I really enjoy. Like if Nintendo had a new Nintendo Switch, then I would say, okay, I'll get that. But like otherwise, I'm gonna use my cell phone until it's dead. I'm using it all the way. Yeah. How often do you change your cell phone?
Depends when my husband wanna upgrade my cell phone.
If it were up to you, would you update to every new update? Or,
I don't care.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Every
don't
2-3
care.
years?
I don't. As long as it's not like the storage, it's
Yeah.
not full yet. I can continue.
That is one downside to an iPhone, that your storage is a bigger issue. But if you know how to manage it, it's okay. Updating your iCloud, get rid of old junk. When I use my phone for as long as possible, I really like when I get a new cell phone because many years have passed. So now you go to this new phone and it's like, wow, there's some really big improvements. If you get a new camera every year, those changes are just a little bit. But if you wait 10 years, your cell phone is really different.
所以他喜欢看到突然间暴涨。
I really like that big jump. I really do. I enjoy that. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's not wrong to like your new cell phone every couple years. It's just not for me.
And also, phones nowadays, they don't last that long.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder how long my new cell phone will last. I wonder, but so far so good. So far so good. Let's continue. If you must replace your phone or computer, try returning the device to the manufacturer or dropping it off at an e-waste processing facility if there is one nearby.
如果你必须更换手机或电脑，试图将装置退还给制造商，或者如果附近有电子垃圾处理厂呢，就将装置送到那个地方吧。但是要记得东西要先清干净哦。
Do you have a lot of computers around your house too?
Yes, before I become a teacher.
Became a teacher.
I became a teacher.
Right.
I was a computer engineer.
Oh, that's right. I do know this.
Yeah. So I have a lot of computers.
Do you really? Oh, yeah. I have a couple
I still have
left
them.
over. Yeah. I don't mind pulling my computers apart. I'm really interested in it. I don't understand cell phones nearly as well as I do computers. I like getting into my computer's guts. This is why I like Android, because I can change more about it. But I like my computer, I'll pull right apart. I'll build one if I want to. But yeah, I have old ones, but it's easier for me to get rid of my computer than it is for me to get rid of my cell phone. Is that weird?
No. I think.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. All right. Tell us how many cell phones. This is our question. Tell us how many phones and computers do you have laying around your house? Think about that.
Yeah, and take a picture of your family, cell phone family, and post it.
Your cell phone family, mommy and daddy, grandpa.
My
like your
first
grandpa.
iPhone was iPhone 3.
iPhone 3.
比你早出生。
What was your first phone?
Nokia something.
Was that Nokia the brick, right?
Yeah, the brick.
I had my first phone. I hated having it. It was way too expensive back then. I got it. And it was way too expensive, and you couldn't get out.
Which one?
This a million years ago. Who knows? It was, I don't know. It's probably the size of your shoe. I'm old, right?
I have that at home.
Like the really big phone.
Yes. Looks like a house phone.
Gosh, I must have had a flip phone. It's probably my first phone. Yeah,
Motorola.
probably. Yeah. Many years ago. All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, vocab review. Let's look at our vocab. Number 1, to ignore.
Ignore 就是忽视的意思。
Number 2, to take something apart or take apart something.
Take apart 就是拆解的意思。
Number 3, to recover.
就是也可以说 to get back or find something. Recover 就是你拿回来啊，然后再利用啊，就可以用 recover。
Like salvage, finding old garbage and saving it. Number 4, potential.
Potential 就是你的潜力。You got potential.
Number 5, to add up to.
Add up to 就是被累积起来。
Yeah, all together, it's worth it. Number 6, profitable.
Profitable 就是代表说有利可图的。
Number 7, a consumer.
Consumer 就是消费者。
And number 8, our final phrase, we have to drop something off or drop off something.
所以 drop off 其实也有很多用法，例如像爸爸早上开车 drop you off at school.
That's right.
也是。那 drop off 我们在这边呢，其实就是处理、送至、送达的意思。
You drop your cell phone off at the recycling facility. You say
Exactly.
goodbye. Yeah, all right.
We have to drop you off now. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we're dropping you off at the end of Enjoying the School. I am Chris Gorski.
I'm Minnie.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.